another one. I hate Agile methodology. From my personal experience, I see you probably hate it because you don't know how to write in proper grammar. So let's start over. I hate Agile methodology from my personal experience. There's no scope for thinking about architecture, and Agile development is always in firefighting mode. There is no space to take a pause and think for some innovative solutions. What do you say? All right. Well, let's put our 5 minutes up and we will be done for the night. So, I wholeheartedly disagree with your take on Agile methodology. If you hate Agile, then maybe you're just doing it wrong. So, we can touch on this very particularly, right? So, there's no scope for thinking about architecture and Agile development. I don't, I don't see, I don't see where architecture and Agile development, like, where do they cross like the path? Like, Agile development is the process, and architecture is the foundation. Like, able to add value into the team. So when you say that there's no scope for thinking about architecture, you want to know what the scope is for thinking about architecture? Hmm. What would that scope be?
Message.
It would be creating a story to build the architecture, to start working on the architecture to see, okay, what is the foundation? What are the tools? Like, create your diagrams and everything like that. And then you write an acceptance criteria that says, okay, these are the things that we're looking to get out of the story. And then we say, in order to consider the story done, the story has to meet this point, that point, that point, that point. So maybe part of the acceptance criteria is there's a diagram that needs to be created about the whatever it is, however it's going to be built. And if it takes a lot of effort to do it, then you point it accordingly. But there is no reason that story should not go into a sprint. And why is Agile it is not always in firefighting mode? Like that, I think that maybe you guys are sloppy in your Agile process, and that's why you're in firefighting mode. Here's a question: do you have a Scrum Master? Do you? Because your Scrum Master is supposed to help keep the fire away from the team, and like, so you guys can focus on work and they handle all of that minutia from the outside. But for some reason, teams think that they can do Scrum without the Scrum Master, right? They literally have the title Master of Scrum, but they think that, well, we don't need a Scrum Master. We can figure it out ourselves, right? Nope, you need a Scrum Master, right? Let them do their job so that you can do your job, and you don't always have to be in firefighting mode. Like, so many times, like, the Scrum Master will ask a question that it's like, oh, why didn't we think about that? And the other is because we're not the Scrum Master. Like, they have a different train of thought of things that they're thinking about, and that, like, they add, like, everyone adds value to the team. Scrum Masters add their part. The product owner adds their part. The developers add their part. The QA engineers add their part, and then it's like Captain Planet, right? It's like Captain Planet. When you guys probably don't even remember Captain Planet, but I loved Captain Planet on Saturday mornings. And then when our powers combine and we come together, we make Captain Planet, right? That's what the Scrum team is. It's Captain Planet. Okay? And that's the thing. Like, you don't need to be in firefighting mode. Like, there's no space to take a pause. Like, no, here's the problem. Here is why people don't like Scrum. It is the same exact reason that people don't use their calendar. That's what the problem is, right? Because it keeps you accountable. People hate accountability, right? See, but me, I love accountability. Even when I fail, I'm like, okay, I failed because I messed up here, here, and here, and I need to adjust this, this, and that, right? So that's the thing. But people hate accountability. They hate their calendar. They hate the Scrum process. They hate agile development because it keeps them accountable. There's no space to take a pause. Well, why don't you why don't you schedule something, right? Like the a- agile. What does agile mean, right? Agile, the able to move quickly and easily, right? I'm not even reading the technical definition of the word agile. I'm reading the basic definition. It's an adjective, right? The ability to move quickly and easily. And the example, right? Can you use it in a sentence, please, right? Agile, Agile. In the sentence, Ruth was remarkably agile and light on her feet. All right. Not even using like the reason that they use agile to describe the software development process is because of the adjective that the word means about able to move quickly and easily. Right. So you should be able to pivot. You should be able to you should be able to do all of this stuff, right? So being able to take a pause. Okay, what are you pausing to do? You see, Agile doesn't tell you that you can't take a pause. It just wants to know, okay, what are you pausing to actually do? And whatever it is that you're going to actually do in that pause, you put it in a story and you have acceptance criteria so that you can be held accountable because every single thing that you do, the same concept of that 24 hours being used to this fullest extent, you use all of your time to its fullest extent, right? So you put it in a story, you have the acceptance criteria, think and think for a like and think for some innovative solutions. Well, guess what? It is called a spike. You create a spike and you say, okay, this is what we want to come out of the spike. And you think about your innovative solutions, right? And we even do something called innovation days, where we'll take days away from a sprint, right? Where we'll work on innovative solutions that we won't generally get to work on in a sprint. And based off those innovative solutions, we can end up building a whole epics and stories around that so we can implement that as well. So maybe you should be more, maybe you should be more have a better ability to move quickly and easily so that you can have an effective agile practice, right? You got to make it work for you because at the end of the day, one of the fundamental things, the most important thing about agile is software over what does it say? It's let me see what it says. What does it say? Individual and interactions over process and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation, right? Um, and those are the four key values from the Agile Manifesto. So you have to make it work for you. And as long as you go towards those four key values, I think that you're going to be successful. But if you get bogged down into the swamp of trying to do things your way and not doing it in the way that it was like and not use the concept for the way that it was intended, then you're going to experience this frustration and you're going to be saying,
I hate it here! I want to go home.
And I think that you can make it work for you. All right. So, with that being said, I think that you need to rethink the way that you guys are doing Agile, and you need to you need to pretty much welcome and embrace accountability and put everything in a story, you know, and define your acceptance criteria. Anything that I'm going to put the secret sauce for being successful in Agile. Anything that you want to do that you believe is valuable, put it in a story, put it in the backlog, and say why you believe it's valuable and negotiate for it to be in a sprint. Point it, write clear stories with acceptance criteria that shows and description that show the value of doing the story, and then it'll be prioritized and you work on it, and there you go. You get to work on your architecture, you get to be innovative, all of that type of stuff. And the better your software is, the less chance you're going to be in firefighting mode. All right. So, with that being said,
if you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.